What's good, people? I'm back here again with another video. It's Monday morning, and I want to talk to you guys real quick about one, unemployment, and two, the minimum wage. All right, so federal minimum wage, in case you don't know, here in America is $7.25 an hour. Okay, the CARES package that was passed back in March, it provided provisions for unemployment benefits, federal unemployment benefits that go on top of state unemployment benefits of $600 a month. Oh, $600 a week, $2,400 a month. Okay, this is the baseline minimum that you're getting from the Fed on top of whatever you're gonna get from the state government. Okay, and so when this news came out, I was shook because I work in working class areas, so I know how much normal people make. $2,400 is more than a lot of people make in their jobs, and it was so much so that I sat there and I actually calculated it, and I tried to figure out if you worked for the federal minimum wage, which is possible here in Virginia. Our state minimum wage matches the federal minimum wage. It's $7.25. If you work 40 hours a week, you work full time at minimum wage, after your deductions that you're probably going to claim, you're going to get about $300, a little less than $300 a week. A week. We're getting a federal benefit of $600 a week on top of whatever the state's paying you. So you can have someone right now who's considered an essential employee, right? You work at a fast food restaurant, you do janitorial services or whatever, you're being paid minimum wage, you're busting your ass working 40 hours a week, and you can leave that job, claim unemployment benefits, and make over twice what you were making at your job working full time. This crossed my mind, and my mind was blown, all right, because it signals that there's a lot of different failures in the system. I think what happened is the federal government realized that $600 a week is about, in addition to state benefits, is about adequate to provide for people. But they never thought that we need to increase the minimum wage so that we don't create a disincentive for people to work. Now, Republicans were bringing this up. A couple Republicans were bringing this up, but they were kind of getting shot down by Democrats who were arguing that we need to expand access and help people as much as possible. And we hope that the amount of help that we're able to provide exceeds the amount of fraud that happens from this disincentive. I don't know. I'm not a politician. I'm not trying to tell you which one of them was right. I'm just telling you guys what it is and how I see things playing out. In my mind, the federal minimum wage now has to increase. We've proven pretty much that the amount of money required to live nationally is baseline at about $2,400 a month. So we need to increase our minimum wage, our federal minimum wage, to an amount that allows for a full-time employee to, at minimum, be making $2,400 a month. Now, this is a pretty timely video, and it was these timely thoughts that I was thinking because just yesterday, the governor here in Virginia signed a resolution with an amendment that, and I'll explain the amendment in a second, but and you'll see how small it is. This is what I'm telling you guys is probably going to go into law, but he signed a resolution with an amendment for a minimum wage increase here in Virginia. So our minimum wage here in Virginia has been tied to the federal minimum wage. So we've been paying $7.25. I remember years ago when I first got my job here, I worked at Chuck E. Cheese. I was inside the little Chucky. I was like, hey, doing all the birthday parties and stuff and like fixing the games and everything. And I was getting paid $7.25 an hour, which is better than $0 an hour. But for a 16-year-old kid, but a lot of my coworkers were 20-something-year-olds, making $7.25 an hour. Is very difficult for you to provide for yourself, let alone if you need to provide for your family or your kids or something like that. So Governor Northam here in Virginia had announced that starting, gotta look at my notes, I apologize guys. I wanna make sure I give you guys the right information. All right, so starting on May 1st, this was his amendment. They wanted to, state Congress, I don't know what it's called, state congressional people, all right, they wanted to do it starting the beginning of this upcoming year, so January 1st, 2021. The governor was like, let's do it May 1st, 2021. It's about a year away from now. We'll raise the minimum wage from $7.25 to $9.50 an hour. And then the year after that, we'll raise the minimum wage. So 2022, you're looking at about $11 an hour. 2023 goes up to $12 an hour. And then we have this option period. So Congress, state Congress, at that point can decide to renew for another 2 years or just go into what's going to happen after these 2 years. I'll just explain if they renew. 2025, you go to $13.50 an hour. And 2026, you go up to $15 an hour. So whether they choose to renew or not, at that point, the minimum wage in Virginia is going to become directly associated with the consumer price index so that it can match inflation. So whatever the real value they're assuming of making $15 an hour is in 2026, they're hoping that you'll get that real wage, well into 2040 and 2045 and whatever all those other years are. This was kind of interesting and timely news that I saw yesterday, just because, like I said, I've just kind of been going through my mind and trying to evaluate all the different incentive structures that can exist when you're telling people that federally I can make less than $300 a week working full time. I'm a grocery store. Imagine if you're a grocery store cashier, you're providing an essential service to the community just as much as, or you feel like just as, you're taking just as much risk as a lot of those doctors on the front line, nurses, whatever. And people coming into the grocery store to buy groceries from you are on unemployment benefits, making more than twice what you're making. It can make you feel some sort of way, and a lot of people don't move based off of logic. They move based off of emotion. So if they feel some sort of way, they're going to act some sort of way, And so I'm actually really interested to see how this plays out this week in the unemployment figures. My personal guess is we're going to still hit over 6 million people filing for unemployment this week. I really do think a lot of the systems were backed up, and there's still a lot of people who haven't gotten in so that they can, make their initial claim for unemployment. But we'll figure all that out on Thursday. Thursday morning, stay tuned. I'll make a video then. I'll probably have videos coming in before then. You guys probably know by now I release a video almost every day. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment down below. Let me know what else you guys want me to talk about. I'm trying to give you guys as much information as possible so you can stay in tune with everything that's happening and up to date with everything, so you can make the best moves for yourself going forward, protect yourself and your family, make sure that you got financial health and security and prosperity to all. One love, y'all. Stay blessed. I'm out.